love your peace, AG.
All right, Shalom to the elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Name of the Heavenly Father, where everybody ignorantly calls God. His true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is the Lashon Qadash. His true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, who was slain at the foundation of the earth for the salvation of the elect of Israel. Then you got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great, and the other wicked Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth that will come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. The Rawchaa Qadash is the Holy Spirit that has been bestowed upon the men. The Heavenly Father gave his only begotten Son out of the world to complete this work. So we always want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who led us all to this truth, been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, so forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness of wrath, to all us are part of the elect to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we put that number, Lord, when this be able to find those who fear in the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5, it is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9, and it's unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom, all you sincere believers out there tuning in on after. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, Barak, Atham. And going to get into a various end time topic lesson. Go over several things that's going on. The title is "The Government is Shutting Down 100,000 Mass Grave." 100,000 people in this mass grave that was discovered, but bodies will not be gathered in Jacob's trouble. So Lord willing is edifying to the flock. We're going to get into this, and we're going to talk about Yahawah, Bahasham, and Yahawashi. Starting off with the government shutting down, that's what they got to say. Lord willing is edifying to the flock.
Bipartisan deal to keep it open fell apart yesterday. The shutdown would take effect tomorrow night at midnight if no deal can be made. Now lawmakers are trying to figure out a new way forward. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Less than 24 hours after a bipartisan deal unraveled, Republicans are divided over how to move forward.
This is a situation created by Mike Johnson and his leadership team, who clearly failed to coordinate with President Trump, failed to coordinate with their own members, created this bill that's a disaster.
President-elect Donald Trump upended the initial agreement late Wednesday. He told CBS News' Robert Costa that the bill included too many concessions for Democrats, and he now says that he'll oppose any deal that doesn't remove a law limiting how much money the federal government can borrow. House Democrats say this is a problem of the Republicans' own making.
We are prepared to move forward with the bipartisan agreement that we thought was negotiated in good faith with House Republicans, along with Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans.
While some Republicans are calling for a narrow stopgap measure to avoid a shutdown, others are insisting $100 billion in disaster relief must be included.
We're talking about a possible government shutdown here in Washington. Well, there are parts of this country that have been affected by the storm who are effectively shut down. And until we fund them, they have no hope.
The latest funding fight also has some Republicans raising questions about Mike Johnson's future as House Speaker.
This is what you get with Mike Johnson. You get total capitulation.
The new Congress will vote for House Speaker January 3rd.
It's ticking toward a...
All right. So they saying there's a chance they can make a deal. We'll see. But this is prophecy that we're seeing these kind of things constantly play out. You know, we had a government shutdown in 2020 as well. This time it's going to be worse because you got Trump, you know, trying to deport all of the migrants, and they farm 43% of the crops here. Okay. It's Ecclesiastes. This is why the grinding's going to get low, because he's saying get him out of here because one, he trusts in Elon Musk. He's got his robots. Okay, it's like we put the robots out there. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. Okay, they're trying to turn this place into a digital utopia. Slovakia. Camera fell. So Ecclesiastes. Chapter 12, verse 3, and it reads, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Right? It's talking about there's no hope. Coming to that point where things getting shut down. You got government shutting down. You got several businesses shutting down. You got me and the elder was watching certain videos. He was watching certain videos this morning. We seen one, Jake, they fired him for something small, and that's what's going to start happening, Jake. Some of these jobs, is they know that we're against this place. They're going to start finding little reasons to let us go. That's okay. You know, the Lord always takes care of his elect. Lord willing, we are that number, you know. And we can't say we are the elect, but we can definitely damn well say we're his servants. He said his servants going to eat. So, Jake, don't be hasty in the time of trouble. When you do have these situations, just do what you can. And whatever happens, just know, even if we don't make it here, we've died for Yahawah, Yahawashi before. That's why we're ready to die again. Said, what shall happen once shall happen again. You know, in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. So we are not afraid to die for this truth. But a lot of us are going to make it because the Lord loves his servants and he loves, you know, his people, man. And he knows that we are accepting his correction. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? All these musicians, all the people who you looked for to have hope during your struggles. You know, you got Jake, a lot of times, you know, when you hear some of these songs, Jake will be like, man, I was going through COVID, or I was going through something, and I was in the hospital, and I listened to such and such, and this guy got me through that time. You know, they do it like, you know, you got people in college, they'll be like, yeah, man, that song you did, T.I. was the shit, man, and it helped me get through college at a lower state. They ain't gonna be coming out with nothing that's gonna keep you in that spirit to desire to continue on in this place. You're gonna realize that faith was not real faith. It wasn't given to you, you know, to pass the test. Yahawah, Yahawashi only gave that to his believers, his true believers, the ones who are ready to suffer, because that's what this is about: being ready to suffer wrongfully and suffer righteously as well. Some stuff we go through, we deserve. You have to take that and swallow that. You gotta go through that. That's what makes us men. Verse 5, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, right? They all been talking terrified about the chariots, right? And fear shall be in the way. And the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets, right? You know, we can stop right there. That's what's finna go down. Because you're going to have a lot of these people who they're talking about, they need to be so pumped up to go to war for America, Babylon the Great, all these military men, all these congressmen, and they're not going to even pay them. That's what they're saying. A lot of them are not going to even getting paid. A lot of them are not going to get paid. So what makes you think they're going to have any hope? Just like he said, there ain't going to be no hope. Well, that's how the Lord wants this place. It's another article. One of Assad's mass graves is found with many as 100,000 bodies. But in America, Babylon the Great, and the rest of the four corners of the earth, there will not be anybody gathering and burying anything. They talk about how Assad's so wicked. You know, he still has some type of decency to bury 100,000 bodies. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of money to be put in that. And in that day, there ain't going to be no decency. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 33, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth, and they shall not be lamented, nor gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. That's what we're coming to. We're coming to a point where there's about to be dead bodies everywhere. Everywhere. Every city, every town, every province. There's about to be dead bodies everywhere. That is Jacob's trouble. That's what we're talking about. That's how serious this is. You know, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is not playing. He's really finna come with this. This is Jeremiah. So you got some people, they'll be horrified hearing something like that. 100,000 bodies found in a ditch. Well, wait until they're laying all over the ground and nobody's getting them. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 4. And not let alone that, they shall die grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. So not let alone you're going to see dead bodies out there, you're going to see all type of animals eating the shit out of it. Okay, this is what we have to be prepared for as a hopeful elect, you know. And we have a humbleness about us because we're like, shit, we fuck with the Most High. This is what you get when you fuck with the Most High. You got to live through something like this and have faith that he's going to save you out of it. You got to have faith in the prophecy. You got to have faith in the measures of his salvation. That's all you can rely on in a situation like this. It says food shortages may be rampant in 2025. Here's why, right? They're going to go blah, 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 blah. Here's why. Because why? Because the Lord's bringing the famine in the land. That's what he's been saying. He's been saying it's going to happen. We don't have to go in there and be all like, well, there's this and this. No, we're telling you that Yahawashi say gonna bring the famine in the land, and it's gonna first start with his prophets when you don't hear us no more. Then you're gonna see damn stores ain't gonna be nothing in them. This is Lamentations chapter 4 verse 9. They shall be slain with the sword, are better than they that be slain with hunger, right? And it's gonna be more people that are slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field. How do we know that it's going to be more people that die from famine than the sword? Because this is all stuff that's happened to Israel. So, like, you shouldn't be that afraid, Jake. We already went through all this. We already went through all this shit. These other motherfuckers, these Edomites, so-called white men, and your other nations, y'all going to have to be fucking terrified of this, because this is what you're about to go through, since you want to be a goddamn Israelite, but you can't. Jeremiah chapter 15 verse 2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, such as are for death to death, and such are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for famine to famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So what is he saying? He's saying everybody's numbered off. Everybody's numbered off. He's got everybody where specifically, you know, he's got it specifically where you've been numbered and selected to receive a certain type of judgment the day you were born. Okay, that's why you were born here, to receive that judgment. He's got a lot of people out here living comfortably for you to just go through this judgment. That's what he's talking about. Everybody's numbered. Your judgment has already been displayed. As it says in Daniel chapter 7, verse 10, the judgment has been set. There is no wondering for Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. He knows what everybody's about to get. Let me see. Yeah, we'll just go with the one I had, but I wanted to add something, you know. So how bad it's going to be. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 57, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Right? We're going to go to 2nd Ezra. Back into 2nd Ezra. 16:22, and all we hear is Jake losing his job, and then just the rest of the videos is just a whole bunch of motherfucking women twerking their ass all day. You're gonna pay for all that. Y'all Bahasham Yahawashi got you comfortable so you can be one of these people. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 22, and it reads, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, right? And the other that escape the hunger, the sword shall destroy. See? So it's going to be a lot more people that die from being hungry. And it says it's better your ass die by the sword. So the Lord's got some horrific judgments coming for the majority of the earth. And somebody might die of hunger and still be a damn demon and be a cannibal and start eating people and shit and still die of hunger. Your ass still die of hunger, even after all that debauchery that you did within yourself. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall certainly be found empty. So they talking about food shortages may happen. Nah. Saying it may be rampant. Nah, it's coming. We can't tell you when it's going to be, but we know it's coming. That's what we're going to tell you. So whatever the news is telling you, whatever, doesn't matter. We're just showing you that why you're seeing this stuff is prophecy finna play out. It says drones spotted near at least 17 military bases located next to Chinese-owned land in the U.S. So they seen all these drones and shit or whatever. It could be chariots. It could not be chariots, you know. But this is just also show how much shit China owns. Moab owns, so-called Chinese, all these farmlands, right? So they own all these farmlands, and you got to the point to where they are talking about they're coming against Babylon. They want to overthrow this place. So they own shit here, and they own part of your food. And you got Trump talking about he want to get rid of all the migrants so he can make sure he make his promises to good old Babylon the Great for his purposes. That means that, what's that mean? It's going to be a famine because there's not a whole lot of mechanics out here to keep running these damn robots that they're trying to set up. You already see the Tesla cars and all them, they be breaking down and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I want to, this article made me think of this. While this is going on, this is what's going to happen. Isaiah, I talk about it all the time because we've been waiting on it for thousands of years. And be like, they're repetitive. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the only reason why Yahawashi dealing with us, because we've been talking about the same doctrine. We ain't been pulling up no fake ass doctrine and switching it up just to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt. That's talking about here in America, Babylon the Great. It said Revelations 11, verse 8, this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It's talking about here. Okay? So it's talking about. It's talking about here. This is basically spiritual Egypt for Jake. Why? Because Esau, even so-called white man, won't let us go. We here in slavery, and he hire us and then fire us whenever he finds some other Jake to work for us and shit, and they pay him less. That's what they do. They don't have no account of our labors. We could build a whole damn place up to the T for 10 years, and as soon as they find somebody they know that they can put in there and do your job and they can pay them less, they'll fire you. That's how they are here. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall fail in the midst of it. That's what's coming. The missiles. Who's talking about doing the missiles? Russia, China, BRICS. That's what Putin just said. Putin says Russia is ready for a missile duel with the U.S. This is prophecy. So he's over here like, we ready to turn up on you motherfuckers. What China say? China has 600 nukes ready, and it wants to beat U.S. missile defenses, the Pentagon said. See? So everybody over there is like, you know, and that's just what they got numbered. Because you know how these people are. They'll tell you they got 12 grapes and they really got 12 million. That's how they are. So we don't know how many really they have. We don't even know what time we in right now. They changed the times and the laws. What makes you think they're giving you the real number of how many nukes they got? This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. How we know they're gonna use them. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5, and it reads, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and the garments roll with blood, right? You got all the stuff like when you watch movie 300, you had Leonidas, which were all Jakes. Those weren't Edomites, they were Jakes. Leonidas in the 300, they went and fought against the Persians, Xerxes, whatnot, right? There's battles that's always like that, right? But this one is going to be what? This shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And guess what the wood is going to be? That's the one thing about these Christians. They don't even understand the Bible. They don't understand this Bible. So you go a little bit further in Isaiah 9. It says, through the wrath of the Lord, this is Isaiah 9, verse 19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, right? We talked about that earlier in Ecclesiastes. The land's darkened, like no faith, you know, and it's going to get to the point where ain't no lights either. And the people shall be as the fuel of the fire, and no man shall spare his brother. And when you go into Isaiah 19, verse 2, it talks about the same thing. He's going to set Egyptian against Egyptian, Edomite against Edomite, Babylonian against Babylonian. You Americans, he'll make y'all come against each other while he's pulling together the elect under what? The truth. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1, and it reads, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. And a lot of people don't know that the word Amos, the name Amos, it literally means burden. That's what our people carry. We carry a burden that we sin against Yahawashi, but at the same time, it's sweet because we know that there's a way out. And guess what that way out is? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, that name. And if you don't have that name, You're not getting the fuck out of here. Verse 2, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness, right? These 144,000 elect men. He has called them to come down here and fuck everybody else up in this bitch that's left after the missiles. That's what they're going to do. Verse 4, you can find them in Revelation, the 7th chapter. Verse 4, the noise of the multitude in the high mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of a nation of nations gathered together, right? They're coming together. They're talking about trading missiles off, right? They want to pass around missiles like like they do physicals, right? The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven. What's that talking about? The missiles, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land, man. That's here in America, Babylon the Great. That's what he's talking about, the burden of Babylon. See, America, Babylon the Great. There was no missiles last time Babylon was around, and Babylon didn't get destroyed. Old Babylon, that's what we know it's talking about here, okay? When you read in Revelation, talk about Babylon the Great. It's a whole different land. Let's talk about here. How we know there's going to be a missile exchange. Second Esdras, chapter 13, or chapter 16, verse 13. And it reads, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, or his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. See, both ends. So that means that America, Babylon Great's going to shoot missiles. So is them. But this place is going to be just completely destroyed. Some shit going to get hit over there, but ain't going to be completely destroyed like this place, man. That's what we're telling you. And what do we want to be? Where do we want to be? This is where we want to be. The hopeful elect. This is where we're hoping we're going to be whenever that's happening. This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. And if you didn't have this bus ticket since the dawn of time, you will not be leaving America, Babylon the Great. You will be destroyed here. It's Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. It reads, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. Talking about them chariots, them so-called UFOs everybody been seeing flying around. That's how we're getting the fuck out of here. And shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed, right? The missiles, them arrows being shot everywhere, the missiles. That's what it's talking about. We're going to look up this word chambers in the Greek, or no, this will be the Syrian Hebrew.
Strong's H2315. Cheder. Cheder.
Right? Innermost parlor, innermost inward part within. And didn't he say he was going to put the scriptures in our inward parts? He said he was going to make us whole. He's going to give us a heart of flesh. He was going to put this scripture in us. Right? And he said, what? The kingdom of the Most High dwelleth with who? You. That's talking about to the elect. They're the ones who's going to get to go into this place within to be without the destruction. I want to look up this definition. Parlor. Right? A sitting room in a private house, right? What's that? The house of the Most High. Tabernacle of King David, 144,000 elect mighty men. Then you got the honorable multitude, which is a number you can't number, of people who did what? They believed in the tabernacle and they did whatever they could to serve the tabernacle. That's who's getting in there. Ain't nobody else getting in there. Okay, it's private. Private means what? Everybody can't get in. So what's the Christians talking about? They lying. Moving on. And when we say Christians, we talking about the Antichrist. Because Christian just means Hamashiach. That's how you say it in the Rawchaa Qadash, the ancient Hebrew. It just means the anointed one, or ones, anointed ones. To do what? Get in the chambers, get in the chariots, so-called UFOs, when everything else is getting destroyed here. That's what it's talking about. Now we're gonna go over here. I want to pull both of these up, but I want to start this one first. It says stampede in Nigeria kills 35 children, 8 people detained. Right, we'll watch
This
it.
is why I block ads with Pi.
I just found what may be the biggest YouTube.
Just a little bit.
Very soon.
Well, a stampede at a school fun fair in the southwestern Nigerian city of Ibadan has killed 35 children and seriously injured 6 others. The incident occurred at an Islamic high school where a large crowd had gathered for a family event. Emergency services, including medical personnel and ambulances, were immediately dispatched to the scene. Security forces were also deployed to control the situation and prevent further casualties. 8 persons have been arrested, including the main sponsor of the event. Oyo State Deputy Governor Bayo Lawal said the government will dig deeper into this incident as a probe has.
So basically, these little wicked ass children, because they was wicked. They was wicked because if they wasn't wicked, they wouldn't agree to be in a bull run for $3.50. But it's poor over there, you know. But a lot of this stuff people don't understand. This stuff comes from the Most High, and a lot of people think the Most High, the death doesn't like when people die. They like, oh, poor this guy, and poor that guy. You know, that's the Lord. I'm telling you, man, the Lord, He don't care, man. He don't care because if we're all here to serve our judgment, it's talked about how, like, you know, we're all here to serve our judgment. So that means that if you came here, right, you're here to serve judgment. You're supposed to be judged, and you're gonna either get mercy or you're gonna get, you know, judged. You're gonna get, you know, the reward of the wicked. That's what you're here for. You know, and how do we know that this is where you get judged? Let's show you. Let's show you real quick. I always go over it all the time, but it's new people coming in all the time. Okay, so we always go over the same stuff. We go over whatever our office is. You know, whatever our job is, the Lord puts us on that. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, under the sun, it said, moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So where do you go to get judged? Right? You come here. How do we know? Hold on. Right? So it said, under here is the place of judgment, right? So it says this right here in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day, right? So 1,000 years is a day to the Lord, right? How long He said we gonna live? Right? Because there was a particular dude, he didn't believe in reincarnation. After we talked to him about it, now he does. Because it's plain to the righteous. And if you want to be righteous, you better believe in this. It's Genesis chapter 3, verse 6, verse 3. And the Lord said, right, my spirit shall not always strive with men, right? You ain't gonna just have your ass out here just living forever and shit, a whole day and shit. Okay, because you remember Adam, he lived like 930 years. Methuselah lived 969 years. For that he also is flesh, yet his days will be 120 years. And it said it'll get weaker through age. That's why a lot of people don't even damn make it to 80 now, unless you rich as hell and able to afford real food and stuff. Okay. That's what we're saying. So that means what? That means that there ain't no way your ass just been here one time. Because if he's all about patience and long suffering, and he said, I'm tired of dealing with y'all. So you just gonna be here for 100 some years, and you're gonna come back up here. I'm gonna tell you what you gotta do. Watch. Because you don't go to hell. You go to the Most High, to the throne, then you come here. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. Hold on. Might be 10. Yeah. was off one. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. And it reads, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, which means the anointed one, right? That's how you say Christ. You know, it's talking about Yahawashi. You go up there that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. And where do you go? You come back down here because it said this is the place of judgment under the sun. Ecclesiastes 3:16. See? So you come back down here to serve judgment. You know, that's what happens. You know, and the Lord set that all up because what did it say? Those who were killed by the sword is numbered. Those who's killed by famine is numbered. Those who die by whatever, pestilence, whatever, you're numbered. So what does that mean? You're down here to serve judgment. You ain't down here to have a good time. That's why the elders and apostles say, don't be out here trying to have a good time and shit. You know? That's why they say that stuff. We're not down here to be like, yay. No, we're down here to be in the house of mourning. Like it says in Ecclesiastes 7:2. We're supposed to be down here like fuck. And that don't mean like, you know, sometimes brothers have a good time within the camp. We'll talk and be merry. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it's time to get down to business, it's time to get down to business, man. It's time to get this work done. You know? That's the ultimate thing that we're here for. Hold on. No, I don't want to go there first. I want to go to Deuteronomy 32:39 and show you that he everything, all the issues of death belong to Yahawashi. That's why he said they're all numbered. He said, I got all y'all mapped out. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39, and me. And it reads, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me, right? He's the only power up there. You know, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Hold on. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So everything comes from the Lord. The issues of death. So these 35 children getting stamped on, stomped on, they went to the Most High. They went through the throne. And he said, this is how you're going to die. Okay? And they came down here and died just like this. That's how you got to understand how the world works. Okay? That's how you got to understand how the world works. That's how this is. This is judgment. Okay? We're in court right now. Every day. How do we know he don't give a fuck about killing children? We already got an account of Elisha going into you know, he cursed them children who was talking shit to him. They said, go up thou bald head, go up thou bald head. And he said he cursed them, and 2 she-bears came out and tore 42 children up, tore them to shreds. Them Christians have no idea about that. A lot of them, they be like, I seen angels and everything. You ain't even seen damn scriptures. Most of the scriptures in the Bible. How you claim you seen an angel? You don't even know if an angel is one of these so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans telling your ass the scriptures right. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, he cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that has charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand, right? This is talking about the angels. Okay? Behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth towards the north, every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. One among him was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar, right? And when you go down this word mark, when you go into this word mark, it's not the same mark. It's not. This is not how you did. Like this is not how you say kataragma. That's like that. That's not like in the Greek in Revelation 13:16 when it talks about the mark of the beast. That mark is kataragma, but this one is not. It's not that. Okay. And it says over here in the Syrian Hebrew is ta'av, and it basically means to be exempt from judgment. Okay, for doing what? What do they do? Verse 4, and the Lord said unto him, we'll go ahead and just get to the point. And the Lord said unto him, go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem, right? And Jerusalem got scattered because we sinned against the Lord. So wherever you're at, if you're an Israelite, that's where Jerusalem is. It's in you, right? and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. See? You know? That's what they're doing. We're over here telling you all the stuff that's going down, all the wickedness that's going on in the earth. And we're telling you that we want the elect to be avenged. That's who the ones who are going to receive this exemption from judgment. When you look that up in the blue letter, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to be too long. I'm already 40 minutes. Okay? But I want to make a point. What'd he say? What'd he say? And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, and let not your eyes spare, neither ye have pity. So this is Israel's everywhere right now. So anywhere Jake is, this is what's about to happen. That's how the dead bodies is going to be everywhere. The Jakes that are crying in the city, because that's where you got all these different elders throughout all the four corners of the earth, all these brothers throughout the four corners of the earth teaching the word. Everybody teaching the word, right? And he said, spare them. But everybody else, what'd he say? He said, don't have pity. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, right? Talking about the ta'av when you look it up in the Assyrian. Like I'm kind of slip a tongue right now. It's how you say it in the last one Qadash is I can't remember right now. I had to go put it in the comment board. I can't remember right now. But I don't want to take too long. And begin at my sanctuary when they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay? Because I don't want to quote it wrong. There's a certain way that the ancient Hebrew, you know, you have to quote it right. I ain't gonna just say it if I'm not sure. You know, that's how we're very serious about that over here. GMS. And it's just been a long time since I went to the scripture, you know. But yeah, man, like you're not gonna get exempt from judgment if you're not around these men who have this exemption. And what are they doing? Crying and sighing about the abominations done in the midst thereof on the highways and byways. That's what they're doing. Okay? That's why you got a lot of people out here, yeah, you might be a believer or whatever, you know, but if you're not doing this, it's a definitely like, if you're not helping these men, it's very scarce. It's very scary to put that kind of bet on your life. That the Lord's just going to take care of you and you ain't done nothing to help his tabernacle. It's going to be a problem with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And this is to show you that he don't care if you're a child. He will have you put to death. This says, you know, and that's why I'll be like, you know, I'm just saying that, like, don't just think because, you know, whoever you are, the Lord won't get your ass. He'll get you 5 years old. And it's could have been whatever you did in your last previous lives when you was out here. He'd be like, I'm gonna get you then because I waited all this time. I let you live, you know, so long, and now I'm gonna get you. That's how Esau Edom's been. He done all this wicked stuff to our people over hundreds, thousands of years. And he finally finna get his judgment for it this time. That ass whooping coming from the Lord and his military. It says cyclone, Childo devastates Mozambique. These 45 people have been killed by the storm.
What Cyclone Chido did to thousands of homes in northern Mozambique. Many of those who live in shacks lost everything. It also ripped the roofs off stronger buildings like schools, which some people had ran to for shelter.
I took my children, and as we ran, I saw other families falling due to the force of the wind, and others dodging things that fell from the houses due to the wind. The people were lucky that the zinc sheets didn't cut into parts of their bodies. The children couldn't stop crying. I saw children running away, and I didn't see where they ran to.
You got to understand that some of these people are Israelites. We look like all different nations, but if you're not an Israelite and you're going through this, you're just going to receive your judgment. And if you make it through all this wicked stuff going on, he's just saving you for Jacob's trouble to get slain in the land or destroyed or whatever, hit with 100-foot tsunami wave or whatever. That's how the Lord's judgment works. Like, he ain't playing, man. And he uses the elements a lot of the times. We almost done. Barak, chapter, Got like maybe more two more precepts, 2 more articles, we done. Sirach 39, 26. You know, some of the stuff y'all who watch my channel regularly, y'all know what we go through. You know what we got, what we talk about the majority of the time. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape. Right? Talking about drink. Okay. So it's talking about, and oil and clothing. See? These are all things that we be using to get by here. Verse 27, all these things are good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. So that's why it's all that wind and the water washing them away and killing everybody over there. That's the Lord ordaining that since the dawn of time. He said, you're going to come here, you're going to live in this certain area, and you're going to die just like this. And while that's going on, these tokens, which is the prophecies, are coming to pass. This is talking about a blue ass light in the middle of the town, and it could have been, you know, even if it, you know, you got some people talk about Project Blue Beam and talk about Esau, Edom, so-called white man could be doing it, but even if he is, the Lord is making him do it. Okay, to show the tokens, because the Lord controls them too. So it doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's from them or from something natural or from the chariots. It doesn't even matter. The Lord controls everything.
How is that? What is happening? Did I see this?
Oh man, you did it quick as hell.
Ma, you see this? Holy shit! What the hell is that? What is happening? Did I see this?
And that's how the heathens are. They be like, don't start acting like that, Jake. Whenever that shit start going down, or your ass gonna get left, because that's what the heathen are doing. We're supposed to not do anything that they're doing. And that's how we're gonna get out of here. Lord willing, we have that number. 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 26. I know one thing. I don't want to go to the king. They'd be like, you be the only Israelite come out. You be one of them Israelites come out and be like, your ass is weak. You was acting like some shit. That's our shit. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 26. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass. Right? All these different little things that's going on. You know? But the main one is going to be what? And the bride shall appear. Right? Who's the bride? Talking about the elect. And she coming forth shall be seen and is now is withdrawn from the earth to do will be taken where? Into the secret chamber, the chariots. That's what we want to be, the elect. But you can't even be the elect if you're not, wasn't chosen since the dawn of time. That's why I said, seek the Lord with fear and trembling. But you have no idea who you are. And then you got these Christians out here. I've been hearing a lot of these Christians going into this, so I wanted to take this, I wanted to put this account out there that this is some bullshit, and it's retarded. It says there is now a rumor that the Pope is opening Lucifer's tomb at the Vatican. This is retarded. Okay, the Luciferians is Esau, even the so-called white man. It is a nation of people, the Idumeans. That's why I said there's many antichrists which have gone into the earth, and also our people are considered as them too, but spiritually, they're still Israelites. You know, 2/3 of our people here in America, Babylon the Great, these wicked Israelites. Because basically, when we say 2/3, when you look in Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, it says, "In all the land, you know, one shall be basically left to be tried, and the other ones are going to get cut off and die." Okay? That's what it's saying. So basically here in America, Babylon the Great, 1 out of every 3 of us is getting out of here. That's the elect. 33% of Israel. Okay? And of course, it's talking about the other wicked Israelites scattered across in the 4 corners of the earth and the other, of the elect that are out there as well. But that 1/3 pie chart consists of literally just here in Babylon. Okay? So literally in this land, 2 of us is going to die. Maybe through Jacob's trouble, maybe the missiles, maybe he didn't like you so damn much, he kill your ass and reincarnate your ass back to get the missiles too. Who knows what he does? We're trying to make sure that we're that one. Okay, and how are you going to do that? By practicing the laws of Yahawah, Yahawashi to the best of your abilities. That's all we can do, and hope that we're that number. That's why we do it with fear and trembling. But this stuff right here, Jake needs to understand that this is false doctrine. There's nowhere in the scriptures to talk about Lucifer's tomb or some shit. Doesn't talk about nothing about that. You know? And you know they're going to do some dumb shit. They're going to tie it in to be like, Satan was bound in his prison for 1,000 years. That's talking about Esau eating the so-called white man in the damn caves. That's what it's talking about. And then he came out and deceived the whole world during the Renaissance era. And during the Renaissance era, which is talking about the rebirth of the so-called white man. That's what it's talking about. It ain't talking about no damn one tomb and shit. No, it's talking about all these Edomites came out here and they put Jesus Christ, this so-called white man with blonde ass hair and blue eyes all over the Bible, and told everybody his name was Jesus. That's what it's talking about. It ain't talking about in that 1,000-year period was the Byzantine Empire, which they call the Dark Ages. Okay, that's talking about whenever we were ruling in the earth. Okay, right after the fall of the Roman Empire. Okay, they ain't talking about all this other bullshit they're talking about. There ain't no Lucifer's tomb in the Bible. Ain't nowhere in there. Okay, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. That's why we can look at this stuff and be like, nah, it's bullshit. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, and we're not rightly dividing the word of truth. And this whole thing, they're talking about, oh, they got all these tombs and stuff, and they're gonna open them at 7 o'clock on the 7th day of the year. Like, these niggas changed all the days anyways. We don't even know what day it is, but we know this. It doesn't matter, because Yahawashi didn't even say, or he didn't say, or not say he didn't say, but he said that he doesn't even know when the day he gets to come. Only the Father knows. So who gives a fuck about what day it is? All we know is today we need to be serving Bahasham Yahawashi. We need to make sure that since we're here today, we're doing that. Verse 16, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. That's vain babblings right there. That's a good example of vain babblings right here. This is just bull biggity. All these people like, what timeline is this, right? He's confused as shit. Like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't even sound like prophecy. And this dude right here might even be a Jake, because he's got the beard, and that's why he feel weird about it. He's like, what timeline is this? Like, what is this? It just doesn't sound like the right song. He's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Okay? So it's best for you just not to dig in too deep into shit sometimes, Jake. And if it don't say it in prophecy, especially if you don't hear the whole brotherhood talking about it, don't look too much in that shit, because these niggas don't know what they talking about. So Shalom to elect Israel, hopefully elect Israel, Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites, selected the nations, scattered across 4 corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak there was shot. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles. Great millstone led us all to his truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when this be edifying, those who fear in the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5, not slack. 2 Peter 3:9, unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom, all you sincere believers out there tuning in. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Atham. Peace, blessings to the elect. Wa Abba, Kwame Asarala, Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. You know, I usually go an hour. I really try to do 30 minutes, but I had a lot of stuff. So Lord willing, you know, y'all was edified and just kind of alerted on some of the topics that's been going around in Babylon the Great, other 4 corners of the earth. So Kwame Asarala, Shalom.